Brian Little.
Japan.
Brian Little.
Japan.
Brian Little.
Japan.
Ryan Little.
No! First one? First one? Oh, no! Come on! Come on! No, it's still alive! It's still alive! No! Oh, God! Come here. Eat. Get rid of it! Eric coming in, like every night. Light him up.
Jack it up.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Shiny! 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 We have to get Merlin. We have to get Merlin. What is it? What is it? What is it? Water orb, I have this. Done. Gabby, go. Whoa! Oh my God!
You know what the stakes are for this.
What? I see for the count?
Our marriage.
Microphone check. Mic check. Checkity checks. With the checks, all the checks. Check 212. What you gonna do when we got a Saturday Visiting Wednesday stream for you bars. Let me see. All right. Oh, we got some mic checks. KP Birdman, LC. Oh, what's up, Mario? Over on Twitch. What's good? We also got Becky Metatron, Support Crew. What's up, Joe? Perez, Alexis, Micah, Moon Lily, the Moon Lily. Perez, J-Rod. Hey, Becky also. And Mooney Lupin, one of the best names, along with Jeff and Christian. also here. Let's go. How you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. Do I look different? Do I look darker? Oh my gosh. Let me see. Where's my music at? I gotta get my tunes. I gotta get the vibes going. It's a Saturday. I gotta get my stuff going. Always. Let me start with this one. Yeah. Let's do this one. That's my joint. Oh yeah. How you guys doing? Hope all has been well, James. You and the family. Thank you, Metatron. The Moon Lily. Happy Saturday, James. Thank you guys. I honestly hope you guys are having a good day, hanging out. Hope the weather's fine for you guys. It is hot with a uppercase H and double T's. The O is regular. Oh my gosh. How y'all doing today? It's good to see y'all, man. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out. So good seeing y'all. I see you and yours and the family. Mike, appreciate it, bro. Thank you for the well wishes. Random. So we have a Saturday stream today because Wizarding Wednesday is going to move to Saturday for the month of August, and then we're going to do sporadic different times in September because football season is here and your boys got a coach. So yeah, we've been having practice. Varsity practice has been like 1 to 9. Middle school has been like 1 to 8:30. Middle school has been like 4 to 8. So it's been crazy. I'm usually off on the weekend, so I'm glad to get to hang with the XpectoGO fam, says Perez. Let's go. I'm excited for autumn, not a summer person. Mooney, same here. I have been sweating so much. I do not like this feeling. It's real feel of 112 here at 10:45 p.m. at night. Yeah, the real feel is like I think it's only like 106, 105 over here. But it's like in the afternoon. It's like 3:45 in the afternoon. So, Baby Dragon, what is good? Good to see you. How you guys doing? But yeah. So, I've been in the heat all week, bars, and it's just, bro, yeah. Don't love football, but the summers for football, so crazy. Fall football, changing the leaf, the foliage we get around here, at least up north near the mountains, out in VA, pretty gorgeous. We have some games up north, but yeah, we've had over a month of no rain in southern parts of the UK. Practically unheard of. Yeah, it's always raining out there, right, Becky? That Moon Lily says, I won't lie, I miss the cold. But then when it's cold, I miss the warmth and going to the beach and stuff. Stay hydrated. That heat is crazy. Yes, hydration. Stay hydrated. Going with the OG cup, wonton cups, double wonton cups. Yeah, I almost had almost got like dehydrated one of the practices, because you just go, and yeah, but I was good. I know how to take care of myself. It's been pretty toasty. Always seem to go over 100 for the weekends here, says Crow. We've had a humid but dry summer roll on autumn when it cools down. Yeah, me too, but I'm a winter fan, says. I don't know. Fall is like the sweet spot for me. For sure. Holidays are starting to come around. Cooler weather, bonfires. You get to start getting out your fashionista clothing with the layers and stuff. I love it. I love a good hoodie. I love a good peacoat or blazer. So yeah, I've never seen such a long dry period here in Germany as well. Horrible, and summer break ends Monday. Yo, yeah, school is about to start up for us, for the kiddos, and 2 weeks. So not this week, the following week. Also, Mario, today or tomorrow, we need to talk Spider-Man. We need to get Mike. So Mario, if you're still here, we need to talk Spider-Man, bro. I have hot topics, not the store. I miss hoodie season. This is Joe. Joel, what's good? What's good, brother? How are you? But yeah, we got a Saturday stream. Netherlands also. Last time we've seen rain is over 4 weeks. That's crazy. Dual streaming, yes, says Micah. What's up, Micah? How are you doing today, bud? And hopping in and out. So, but yeah, honestly, it's so good to see you guys. I've missed you guys. It's been so crazy. Honestly, from like we have practice 1 to 8:30 varsity. So I'm a coach there, and I'm a head coach for middle school. So I have two practices I have to go to, but I have to get there early for both of the practices. So I'm out the house by no later than noon. And I don't get back to the house till 10. And my body's just done. This is the last week we're going that schedule. But it's just been so crazy, bro. Yeah. So I've just been sleeping in football. Eat, sleep, football. Which I'm not mad at, but it's been crazy. So it's good to be back talking Hogwarts Legacy. We got some news. Hogwarts Legacy was mentioned in the Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders meeting, quarterly shareholders meeting, I believe. So we're going to talk about that. Just a brief mention. But also, speaking of Warner Brothers Discovery, there's been a development, official delay for the merger, not Hogwarts Legacy, for the merger. And it's very interesting because a lot of people have been saying stuff, and they've been saying stuff I've been saying that I've been getting criticized over with this thing. So yeah. And Back to Hogwarts Day is vastly approaching as well. 30 months, just under a month until Back to Hogwarts Day. Yes. So yeah, if you guys are unaware, we're going to let you guys know that. Becky, thank you so much. 30 months. Patronus Squad over here. OG in the house. So yeah, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. Hello from New York, Lauren. Good to see you. How long does the summer break last overall in the UK? Yeah, that's a great question. Anybody in the UK, how long does the summer break last? So we're going to talk about that, and then a topic I'm very excited about that I've scripted. Make sure I brought that up. Top 5 locations I want to see in Hogwarts Legacy sequel, and it has to make sense narratively. It has to make sense narratively. And not just, ooh, I want to see Grimwald Place or Ilvermorny or something. Yes, this is an Uncrustable. Yes. I have been living off Uncrustables during this summer. Get quick pack of protein. Get some carbs for some energy. They're easy to carry, and they survive, especially if you keep them frozen. They survive the heat so well, especially sometimes with my food having to sit in the car. So, I am eating Uncrustables. I am eating Uncrustables. I am. I just got back from a event, and I have not eaten at all today. So yeah. You guys have a good eye, by the way. For you guys to notice that, that is a very good eye. That is a very good eye. So yeah, we're going to talk about those things. I'm excited to share with you guys. I hope you guys bring your A game, because I think my top 5 list is perfect. I think my top 5 list is perfect. I will be making a video of this alongside the side quest one. I'm trying to stack up a bunch of video ideas and scripts so I can post them when football season starts and it gets crazy. And like I always do, I like to bounce them off of you guys, kind of have that like back and forth with each other. So yeah, I'm excited to share my top 5 because I think it's perfect. As I always do. I think we're just greedy, says Broccoli. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, yeah. So, on the list, again, talking about Hogwarts Legacy being mentioned by WB Discovery in their shareholders meeting, or quarterly meeting. And then the merger and how this might affect... I freaking called. I want vindication, because I got, like, in the YouTube post, when I talked about this, I think it was last week, the delay, I got plastered. I got plastered in the YouTube post. In chat, you guys were cool, like, I disagree or whatever, I don't see how, but I got plastered. But I think I'm going to be vindicated for my delay take, and we'll see. Hey, Sith, what is good? Happy Saturday over on Twitch. Let's go. Speaking about the veil, maybe seeing the world between. Yes, the veil. I can't wait to talk about the veil. So, yo, let's get some yo's in the chat. Let's get right into the topics. I ain't gonna hold you guys up. It's a Saturday. I know some of you got hot dates. I know you guys got activities, funtivities. It's your weekend. Maybe you just want to chill, hang out. So, we're gonna hang out for a little bit over here. So thank you guys for being here. If you're over on YouTube, be sure to drop a like. It really helps the video. But yeah, let's get yours in the chat. We'll get into the latest and greatest and talk about all the topics. And again, my top 5 locations in Hogwarts Legacy. My perfect top 5 locations I want to see in Hogwarts Legacy 2 and why they work to round it off. So we got yo-yo. Yo-yos. All right, we got yours in the chat. All right, I'll see you on the other side as we get into the latest and greatest.
And I'm Sue.
And we are XpectoGO bringing you guys the latest and greatest. The latest and greatest. The latest and greatest. The latest and greatest. The latest and greatest.
Ryan Little.
Oh, wrong one. There we go. All right. Microphone check. Check 212. We are back. Hey, did you get to watch Odyssey, James? I did. I watched Odyssey and Spider-Man. And I need freaking Mario. I need to text Mario. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about this. But first, I have the link. Becky had posted the link, I think in Discord actually. But actually, did you post the snippet of it, Becky? Or the entire link? I think you posted on X too. Let me see. Ba 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 ba. All right, we'll just go with this one. All right. So, Warner Brothers Discovery had their Q2 quarterly report with the shareholders meeting. And Hogwarts Legacy was dropped. Pull that tweet back up. Hogwarts Legacy. I shared on X, but someone else did on Discord first. Where's your post, Becky? Because you have the link as well. This guy doesn't have the link. But anyway, I saw this. I bookmarked it. These are my bookmarks, by the way. With Warner Brothers Games content expense increase 52% in quarter two due to the release of Lego Batman Legacy: The Dark Knight. The company expects games to quote unquote more meaningfully contribute to segment profitability going forward as our pipeline expands, including the second Hogwarts Legacy game. So basically, they were shouting out, hey, we had a good sales thanks to Lego Batman, which released, what was that? Was that May? I think that was May, because that was close to Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight released, I think a week before 007 First Light. And it was well received. I know critic rating, Metacritics, and just overall user scores were really good. Sue and I have been playing it on and off. It's so much fun, especially co-op. We need to stream it of us playing together for sure. Hey, greetings from Mexico City. Rui! Oh my gosh. I know you. It's been a minute. It's good to see you. Big fan of the channel. Just sent the link to the DM on Discord. Bet. But I'm going to have this segment here because I need the link for a video. That's why. Thank you, Becky. But what was written down officially from WB Games was, and I quote, games remains an important growth lever as we work towards our long-term studio segment goals. During the second quarter, we released Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, the highest rated Lego game ever. Did not know that. And Game of Thrones Dragonfire, our second mobile game from the Game of Thrones universe. I got to see how that's doing. These releases mark the first launches under our refocused strategy centered around 4 key billion-dollar-plus franchises with disciplined investment behind fewer, higher conviction titles. We expect games to be to more meaningfully contribute to segment profitability going forward as our pipeline expands, including the second installment of Hogwarts Legacy. Now, the part where they talk about the restructure or the strategy, refocus strategy is the quote they use. If you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, I think this was either last year or 2024, either 2025 or 2024, they restructured WB Games as a whole to focus on the 4 pillars, games-wise, IP-wise, Harry Potter, DC, Mortal Kombat, and I think the other one was Game of Thrones. I think the other one was Game of Thrones. Those are like their 4 key pillars in regards to game IPs that they're going to be focusing on. And I mean, it makes sense. It can't really risk a lot of stuff. Now, I think this realignment or refocus that WB Games did eventually was to set up the WB Games division to look good as they were getting ready to sell WB. And so I think that was what the alignment was for. Now, that being said, this is a good point. These 2 games, the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight and the Game of Thrones Dragonfire mobile game, are the first games under that refocus, that restructuring of WB Games. And obviously, we shown is focusing on 2 of the 4 IPs that they're focusing on, Lego Batman being DC, and of course Game of Thrones Dragonfire being Game of Thrones. And so the fact that they're also like, hey, this is working out, like this refocus, we got we're laying the groundwork, and it's working out for us with examples of Lego Batman, the mobile game, Dragonfire from Game of Thrones, and Hogwarts Legacy 2 coming down the pipeline. So they are just telling their shareholders, hey, things are going good, even with this looming merger. And so I find it interesting when talking about the WB Games division in the shareholders meeting that they still keep bringing up Hogwarts Legacy. They still keep bringing up the Hogwarts Legacy. Even JP Perret a couple of meetings ago talking about a return to their top franchises, and Hogwarts Legacy being one of those for 2027, 2028 in regards to a release window. And again, this is from JB Perret, who's running WB Games currently right now, and streaming and everything else at WB. I thought this was cool. I don't know what this means in regards to a trailer at Back to Hogwarts Day, or a trailer before the end of the year, Gamescom, and the Game Awards. I don't know. I don't know what to think of this. I think this just could be, hey, Hogwarts Legacy being a buzzword, it made you over $1 billion. Don't forget Hogwarts Legacy is coming. And it could be, that's it. That could be it. Or it could be something like, hey, don't forget Hogwarts Legacy, that's coming. Now, how soon, when, whatever. But I think there could be something to this. I'm just unsure because of the Paramount and WB merger thing, which we're going to discuss shortly. Well, it doesn't sound like they are, quote unquote, descaling the games department anytime soon. So that's a good thing. I hope this means we see Hogwarts Legacy 2 soonish if they want to focus up and give everything its best chance. Or maybe I'm wishful thinking, says Joe. I think we might get Hogwarts Legacy 2 as the Game Awards next year. So you're not thinking this year. You're saying, Daniel, you're saying next year, 2027. In regards to a trailer, well, how often are these shareholder calls? The last one I think was in March. Let me see. Or August? No, this is August. WBD shareholder calls. What was the last one? They just had that one. Hold on. Ah! Yeah, all. August 2 days ago. Where is Alyssa's? Let's do quarter one. Q1. When was the Q1? In May. In May. That was a short turnover. In May. But May, every 3 months? June, July, August. So yeah, every 3 months, August. So the next one would be September, October, November. The next one would be November. I'm leaning more towards the announcement trailer happening in spring 2027 due to the GTA 6 hype. But then again, a lot of games are releasing there too for the same reason. I'll get to that. Let me see. I'm thinking that Paramount once they acquire WB, Hogwarts Legacy sells. Wait. That WB will wait to see how Hogwarts Legacy 2 sells, and then they'll decide how much they'll reduce the game department, if at all. I'm hoping I'm right. If I'm focusing on this, I can't talk about this without talking about the merger. I can't talk about this without talking about the merger. And actually, I'm going to download this. I'm going to save this. Because how many of you guys remember last week I threw out the word delay? So there's this tweet, and I've seen two people talk about this. And it's from the Hollywood Reporter, but this is being summarized, and I saved this for this reason. Actually, I'll open the link. Due to the WB Paramount merger, there are current limits for quote-unquote key properties, such as DC, involving new deals with TV shows and film. This is coming from Hollywood Reporter. And this person states, now it makes sense why we haven't heard any about new greenlit projects. Keep that in mind. This next person, Batman Noir Alley, the WB Paramount mergers agreement, quote unquote, imposes limits on transactions involving key intellectual property, whether new projects, film series, or licensing agreements with third parties. This would therefore concern DC, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones projects. Now, this is specifically concerning the film and series division, streaming in general, and theatrical releases of projects. I can surmise this could also impact these limits that they're talking about between the merger. I could also surmise these limits could also impact the gaming division, not just the film and series. And the intellectual properties, because we just talked about the 4 pillars for WB games being DC, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and Mortal Kombat. I think, going off what I thought last week, this is what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about half the time, and I'll say half the time. But when I had said this merger could delay announcements, could delay a trailer release for Hogwarts Legacy 2, this is what I was referring to. This just came out. I talked about this last week because I remember how the merger went for AT&T and WB. I remember how the merger went with Discovery and WB. It was quiet for a minute. I broke this down last stream. Go check it out. And so to see, and I quote, impose limits on transactions involving key intellectual properties, new projects, film series, or licensing agreements with third parties between WB and Paramount, this just makes sense. Now, going back to WB mentioning Hogwarts Legacy and knowing there's going to be layoffs with this merger, just like EA and their new merger or buyouts is going to have layoffs, it's not going to affect things that's already in the pipeline. So Hogwarts Legacy 2, maybe even Hogwarts Legacy MMO. I don't think that's going to be affected. But I do think those teams will be shortened. I think those studios will not need to have as many people working on the games as Paramount's going to find cuts. Paramount's just going to find cuts wherever they can. And that's why I've had concerns. And so, yes, WB mentioned Hogwarts Legacy here. Cool. But this news isn't towards us, it's towards the shareholders, it's towards Paramount. to show that, hey, we're still in a healthy place, at least the gaming side. They don't care about us. They care about making their money. So, yes, it's cool to see Hogwarts Legacy mentioned. But Hogwarts Legacy is only mentioned because it made them $1 billion. And they had to let the shareholders know, hey, our company value, our business value is still in good hands. It's still going good, especially after we restructured. And that's also letting Paramount know the same information. Now, the twist is, with this merger, since it's delayed now to March 2027, Paramount is going to have to, I think it's $7 million a day. How much does Paramount have to pay D before the trial? A day. I think it's 7 million. Yeah, okay. Now, this starts in September. Golly. The merger was delayed, or sorry, the trial contesting the merger was delayed to March 2027. Starting in September, Paramount has to pay Warner Brothers $7 million per day. So Paramount is going to start paying them that amount. You cannot tell me decisions on the games like Hogwarts Legacy aren't being made by Paramount. Yes, WB Discovery is moving forward, and they're excited about Clayface in regards to their films, and August this month, Lanterns, like all the things that's already in the pipeline that's already paid for is moving forward. But they have, hey, what's up, JP? Welcome, first time chat. Good to see you over on Twitch. But if I'm Paramount and I have to pay WB Discovery $7 million a day starting in September until the trial starts in March of 2027, oh, you're not releasing anything new. You can keep working on it, development. You're not marketing anything new without our stuff. If I'm Paramount. $7 million a day? Yeah. That's a lot of money. Now, a lot of people have been throwing out there, is this going to change things in regards to the merger? Could the merger be delayed? UK just approved this merger, I believe this week or last week. But it's going to be interesting if Paramount still wants to buy them. I think Paramount still wants them. But going back to what I was saying about this, WB is just making sure, we're still, hey, everything's good. Like, I'm just over here, Paramount, everything's good. We saw an increase in our sales, and we got Hogwarts Legacy 2 coming down the pipeline. So still buy us. Still buy us. Still buy us. Still buy us. Please, still buy us. Everything's good. And so because of that, I think they're going to wait. They could easily make it all back with Hogwarts Legacy 2 if it's better than the first game. Oh, for sure. For sure. I'm not disagreeing with you, but delaying projects to arbitrarily slap a logo on a project that has no real value, especially when you're paying actual money per day, said delay. That's so, again, delaying the marketing, not the development. Because I made this clear last week. Delaying the marketing. I think delaying the marketing is not going to hurt them. The budget's already set for the development of Hogwarts Legacy 2. If they had to add more money, then they add more money. But the budget is already set. It's already It's been in development. It's been established. So normally how these go, you have a budget. Hey, we need this amount of money to develop the game. It's going to take us X amount of time. We're going to hire these amount of employees. So we need the expenses to cover all those things. All right. The publisher is like, all right, cool. WB is like, cool. Here's the money, Avalanche Software. Make your game. Have it going. Okay, cool. And then whatever extra expenses happen, it happens. $7 million a day. $7 million a day. They're already paying for it. Paramount is already paying for it. So I'm just saying, it's theirs. I bet Netflix has no regrets now. Yeah. I mean, they're already dropping 111 billion. Yeah, another exactly. Another 1.2 billion is nothing. Exactly, Joe. Especially if they plan on making it back with cuts, layoffs. Hopefully, Hogwarts Legacy 2 making $1 billion again, like the first game, and whatever other movies and stuff they're coming out. So yeah, Netflix is already good with GTA 6. Bro, but Netflix threw out a bag for the GTA 6 review. I met you at Indianapolis at the Witches Night event years ago. I missed the games. Good to see you still doing content. JP, no freaking way. I'm sorry I got to this chat late. That was what, 2019, man. Yeah. Wizards Unite, bro. I still got the Wizards Unite videos on the channel too somewhere. Man, that's still one of the best in-person events I've ever been to, hands down. I've been to Pokemon Go Fest and stuff like that, but the Wizards Unite Fest, that was so memorable. That was such a good event. Thank you for bringing up those memories, and I hope when we met, it was cool. I hope I was cordial and everything. I'm probably in some of those videos. Yeah, you probably are. That's awesome. Thanks for allowing me to take a trip down memory lane with that. Gosh, I gotta check those out again. So anyway, so yes, it's cool. Hogwarts Legacy 2 was mentioned. And again, we could get something back to Hogwarts Day. We could get something the Game Awards. We could get nothing this year, and they save it for next year. I just think, even though it's cool to see, this is in general a nothing burger, and more so keeping the rapport between the shareholders and the company being WB Discovery, all on the same page, and trying to get the shareholders excited about what's to come, at least from a gaming side, especially when they lost over 400 million to to 500 million dollars in 2024. So that's good to see. But delaying the marketing can hurt a project if it's crunched between when the light turns green and when the release date is. Hogwarts Legacy 2 will probably be okay, but some others. I'm in total agreement. But you can't tell me also this merger is hurting projects either. You can't tell me this merger isn't hurting other projects as well. So I just think overall things are not in a good place, or not in as good a place as they could be. Because Discovery is like, we're getting rid of Warner Brothers. Like, I'm going to make my money and I'm dipping. I think they've only had it for 5 years? If that. I think it started in 2021, 2022. They haven't had it that long. And they just started getting even in regards to stuff. We're just rolling with the punches. Exactly. And that's the scary part, because it's the what if game now. It's the what if game. And hearing from people at WB Games and a couple of people from Avalanche Software there's hope, but a sense of worry as well with this merger. Because they all know what I've been saying. Layoffs, closures are coming. They just are. They just are. Paramount has to try and recoup these things. Paramount even said they were going to do that. I think reportedly it's around with after the merger is somewhere between 2,500 to 6,000 in layoffs. Now, not just in the gaming side, across the entire umbrella of Paramount. Streaming, gaming, movies, all those things. Layoffs are inevitable with this merger. Exactly. And I mean, at least Paramount said it. Hold on a minute. Why is WB making more cuts than WB made more money with this merger regardless? It's a win for WB. No, WB is fine. WB is not cutting anything. Paramount will once this merger is fully approved. Paramount will make the cuts. WB, unless I've missed it, I haven't seen anything with WB concerning layoffs and cuts outside of what they did in the gaming division back in 2024, 2025, when they restructured. They closed a couple of studios and everything like that. WB, again, unless you guys have a link, I haven't seen anything WB making cuts. Paramount will. Paramount will with this. But like Becky said, layoffs are inevitable for sure. Xbox is doing layoffs. PlayStation had a couple of studio closures, either earlier this year or late last year. EA, the Xbox ones, there's a lot of people pissed off at Xbox who used to work for Xbox, by the way. Ghost Steps with the 3-stream streak. What's good, Ghost Steps? So yeah, man, it's interesting. Cool to see Hogwarts Legacy in development. We've known that. Cool to see it name dropped. It still seems to be the North Star, or a positive point for WB Games, the sequel coming. And so that's cool to see. That's very cool to see. The game seems to be healthy. The fandom seems to be healthy. The enthusiasm around the game seems to be healthy, not just from a fan standpoint, but from a business standpoint as well. So that's really cool and exciting to see. It's just now depending on how Paramount treats it and what they're going to do marketing wise. Whether they wait and be like, hey, this is going to be our baby, or WB releases the trailer and the marketing for it as planned. And maybe as planned is in 2027 instead of 2026. I just know hiring wise and the positions they brought in and the timeline JB Perrette threw out there, it makes a lot of sense for us to get at least an inkling of something from Hogwarts Legacy 2 in 2026 if the window for quote unquote the return to some of its biggest franchises was 2027, 2028. It just makes sense to have something drop or at least mention, especially with how packed 2027 is getting. Early 2027. Fable, Final Fantasy, Revelation, the list just keeps going. So. Dancing! Micah! Since what makes you home. Celebrating 4 months Patrona Squad. Micah gotta go do some chores, get some chores done. Have a good rest of the stream, Micah. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Don't work too hard, man. Thank you so much. 4 months. Patrona Squad. Usually the company absorbed has more layoffs. Exactly, Parrish. And the Paramount has already said HBO Max will be absorbed into Paramount Plus. So Paramount Games, I introduced you guys to either last week or the week before last. I think that will absorb WB Games. So yeah, layoffs of WB is going to happen. I just know it's not going to be because of WB. It's going to be because of Paramount, because they're running things now. But do we think they release the? Do we think they say the release date in September 1st? No, there's no way. There's no way we get a release date. September. If we get a trailer, there's no way we get a release date. Maybe a window. But there's no way. That's a lot of money. Chill. Hey, Gnarls, what's good? Are they delaying Hogwarts Legacy 2? I think that's the question. I don't think they're delaying the development. I just think they're delaying the release. I'm sorry. I don't think they're delaying the development. They might move back to release, but that's not going to affect us because we don't know the initial release. Because I think marketing, again, this is just me going off of what was talked about here concerning the WB Paramount merger agreement, that Paramount has the ability to impose limits on transactions involving key intellectual properties, whether new projects, film series, or licensing agreements with third parties. They can impose those limits. They have the right to do that. So I think, especially just from a film series standpoint, it's going to be like the writer's strike. We really didn't get new stuff announced until after the strike was, settled. And I think after this merger is cleared sometime after March of 2027, then we'll get going. Todd, what is good, bro? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Love and good mental health to you and yours and the fam and everyone at Avalanche in Salt Lake City. Good to see you, bud. What you doing this weekend? What you getting into? You drawing? Playing some video games? Is Avalanche part of Warner Brothers? Yes, Avalanche is part of Warner Brothers. Yes, they are. So yeah. I think, again, WB, with the WB and Paramount merger agreement and Paramount having the ability to impose limits on transactions involving intellectual properties. And again, this just mentions the films and TV series. I think that is going to be the case with the gaming. This is, again, speculation. That's why I said I think. But that's not a far off conclusion based off of the past two mergers with AT&T and Warner Brothers and Discovery and Warner Brothers, and B, what was said here on top of everything. Okay, I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's would be hyped if they showed multiplayer. That would be crazy. Playing some games, doing some 3D printing. Ooh, nice. Love to see it. Have fun. Oop, got a dash. I'm going to on an adventure. I'll catch you on the replay squad. Have fun, Joe. Enjoy your Saturday, bud. Thanks for popping in. So yeah. I mean, good questions. So, and that's the thing. Everybody's like holding their breath just to see what this merger does. But the fact that $7 million a day Paramount has to pay to WB until the trial starts in March, that is insane. They said to overall is 1.2 billion, which, I mean, they just paid 111 billion for WB, so that's not that much, but still, that's crazy. I still think, especially overall, Paramount will get approved and the merger will be excuse me, greenlit again. So now it's just going to be if the merger and the transactions or this delay for the trial will affect any marketing concerning the sequel, concerning even the MMO. Shout out to Jared Burbach, game director. That's going to be up in the air. I know they've been busy. They've been Avalanche Software with the MMO or online multiplayer RPG. That's the official description right now on LinkedIn for that game. With game director Jared Burbach, Travis, I think it's Travis Day, executive producer on that game. I think they had like a big week either last week or this week. They had some people fly into the studio, in-person meetings. They had a lot of remote key people that were in the studio. So yeah, I'm excited about what they're doing, and I think if the sequel and the online multiplayer RPG, the multiplayer game, separate entities, by the way, Hogwarts Legacy 2, single player action RPG, and the online multiplayer RPG, two different things, two different game directors. I think Alan 2 is still game director for Hogwarts Legacy, and Jared Burbach game director for the online multiplayer RPG set in the Wizarding World. I think since both of these projects have already started and have been in the pipeline and have been under development for certain times, Hogwarts Legacy 2, I believe, longer than the affectionately called MMO, I think those projects are safe. You're an idiot if you try to shut down Hogwarts Legacy 2, especially after Hogwarts Legacy made like over a billy and sold over 40 million copies. And Harry Potter being as strong as it is now, as an IP with the TV show, I think Paramount is going to be like, yo, give us all the Harry Potter stuff. So it's just going to depend on how they want to make their cuts and the layoffs once this merger happens. Again, Paramount has said it's going to be anywhere between 2,500 to 6,000 reportedly layoffs. But again, this is not just the games division. This is across the entire umbrella, under the entire umbrella of Paramount. So TV, streaming, gaming, whatever else they're into. So it's just with this merger and the delay, the what if game is the worst part of all of this. Is the worst part of all of this. And so I think there's merit to anyone being concerned about, at least marketing wise, a delay for the sequel. I don't think development wise, they're not going to touch that, but marketing, if you're concerned, I think there's merit to that. And I think there's merit to Paramount making decisions that just doesn't make sense. Especially with them possibly absorbing WB games into Paramount games. And already we know they're absorbing HBO Max into Paramount Plus. So, yeah. I think I missed your response. I think I did. Perez celebrated 40 months Patronus Squad. Apologies. Let's go here. James, do you believe Avalanche will get cuts? I don't know, bro. They'd be idiots if they... I think Paramount would be idiots if they do. I don't think anything's guaranteed. Again, going back to the what if. Because this merger, we're in unprecedented territory. With the merger being approved, then delayed to March 2027, with so many people fighting this, and again, knowing they want to cut at least 2,500 in layoffs, I don't think anybody's like guaranteed safe. They might like make things small, but I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. So I don't want to go out there and be like, yes, it's happening. Be concerned. Paramount is going to kill Harry Potter as we know it. I'm not going to go out there and say that. But I am going to go out there and say they plan on making layoffs. It's just now going to depend on where. So. We had a Wizard Saturday today. Yes, for the month of August, we will have them on Saturdays. Yes. You think they were leaning in, with NVIDIA marketing some other franchises like Doom and Cyberpunk had branded versions of hardware for EX. Yo, for example, that would be cool. High IQ Warrior, that would be cool. I would love like a Hogwarts Legacy sequel branded graphics card. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. And usually NVIDIA gets like exclusive skins. 007 First Light did that. Doom did that. So that would be cool. Nobody knows anything at this point. It can be scary if you let it get to you. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said. Keep your head down. Keep working. Enjoy what you got, and you know. And stuff like this, especially with uncertainty. I had a friend, a really good friend, whose mom just passed away. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? It was Wednesday, this past Wednesday, from brain cancer. And dealing with that uncertainty, the hope of, you know, hoping she gets better over the past year or two, but still keeping in the back of your mind that it could get worse. Yeah, that's hard to deal with. So your perspective shifts from what could happen or what if. It's just from what if to enjoy what is. She's here. I get to read with her. I get to sit with her. I get to show her pictures of my baby, all these things. And so things like a merger, things like possible layoffs, like, yeah, that looms anywhere. Same with getting in a car accident. But at the same time, your perspective shifts from what if to enjoy what I have. Be thankful for what I have. I get to do this every day if I'm a developer. I get to work in an amazing company like Avalanche Software or TT Games or what any other developers on Rocksteady under WB Games, you know. So yeah, I want the merge, and so does a lot of others, like leaders, AMC theaters, etc. Yeah, a lot of AMC. Yeah, the head of AMC had came out and said that. Who else? There's a lot of people who were like for the merger. Bad enough with private equity, buying everything. Mergers are worse. Spread Lumos, especially like, but what's up, Steffe? How you doing? Happy Saturday. Hey everyone, happy Sallow Saturday, says Miranda. I saw happy Slytherin, Salazar Slytherin Saturday. I lost my grandmother and my mom to cancer. Yeah, cancer. Yeah, cancer sucks. I hope there would be 2 game modes, like one multiplayer and one big single RPG. In regards to that, who said that? Las. I think they're going to save the multiplayer aspects for the MMO. It'd be cool if they had an online aspect of multiplayer, like Elden Ring and Ghost of Tsushima. What's up, Corgi Dad? And we got the corgis in the chat. I was the opening bars. How you doing, man? I got the invite. Shout out to Chica over the DM. I got the invite for the fantasy thing. So, how are you guys doing this Saturday? I hope you guys enjoying your day. Hope you're full of funtivities and restful activities and all those things. Ooh, if we're pulling people, then it's a serious Saturday. Oh, serious Saturday. Serious Saturday. Salazar Slytherin Saturday. Oh my gosh. Spellcaster Saturday. I love it. I love it. Yeah, we'll be doing it. Pick 'em. Yes. Thanks for the invite. Yeah, I'm excited. Football season. Had our first football game Thursday. NFL Hall of Fame game. Sorcerer Saturday. Is everybody just throwing out names for our Saturdays? And again, we're going to be doing this for the next 3 weeks for the month of August. September, it'll be a little bit sporadic. And if it is sporadic, I might just keep it Saturday for like 2 months and then go back to Wizarding Wednesday once everything slows down. Because I have games on Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays. So, yeah. It's part of it. It's a part of it. Sorcerer Saturday. Sorcerer Saturday does kind of roll off the tongue. Sorcerer Saturday does kind of roll off the tongue. I'm not mad at it. But either way, again, for WB Discovery to throw out Hogwarts Legacy, they showed that they're excited about the sequel, the second installment, as they say here. I'm good to hear. It's good to hear. Hopefully, they're not surprised by the success like they were the first one. The higher ups at WB being surprised by the success of Hogwarts Legacy. Hopefully, they're not surprised by the sequel. So. Splendiferous Saturday, says Miranda. I need a list of all your suggestions because you're giving us some heat in regards to nicknames. All of the houses are second to Gryffindor Saturday. Well, we did Wizarding Wednesday, so it's got to have a W. It's got to have an S in front of it, Corgi. But I mean, yeah, I don't blame you. Repping that house. I'm an ideas guy. Says Crash. Yeah, Sorcerer Saturday. I like that. I'll put a poll on Discord and I'll post on YouTube. Have you guys pick Gryffindor? I know not best for everyone, but I love the Saturday since I'm 7 hours ahead here in Africa. I get to actually catch these live, says White Wolf. Yeah, so I wanted to Spellwork Saturday, I guess. Spellwork. That was the one that was going on in Discord, I believe. I'm back. What I missed, says Lauren. Just kidding. I catch what I missed in the replay is all good. So yeah. But yeah, Saturday streams are always fun. We used to do them consistently until, or at least like once or twice a month with like community games and stuff. But I'm going to be honest with you. I started thrifting last year with Sue on Saturdays, and I love it to death. I'm just going to be honest. Sassy Saturdays. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm right. I gotta write these down. Hold on. I gotta write these down. I'm just gonna put out. I'm gonna do like an NCAA bracket, and have everybody just vote on it. Because I mean, we got at least another 3 weeks. Could go to 2 months. So, Sassy Saturday. Sorcerer, Sirius, Gryffindor. I'll put Gryffindor for the corgis. What was the other one? Spell work Saturday. Salazar Slytherin Saturday. Since everybody says that's my secret. Hogwarts house. Where's Sue? Sue is actually hanging out with the kids. There was another lock-in for our varsity team. And Sue has not seen us this week. Like, everybody's still sleeping when she leaves. And then when we get back, she's asleep. Because we don't get back till 9:30, 10 o'clock at night for the past 2 weeks so far. Yeah, 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. We're going into our third week. This is the last week of 2 days. But so weekends have turned into everybody be lazy, chillax, and hang out so we can see each other, catch up. But also she's Sin Lumos. She's getting ready for an interview for a very prominent position after she just got promoted. So her promotion is fill-in. She's a sitting. She's in a sitting position, very high sitting position. So the fact that they asked her to do it is kudos to her. The position is second. Where she's sitting at is like second in command. She's going to audition for the first in command just...
Lumos Maximum.
Oh, thank you for the Lumos. Just to get some experience. A lot of people think this one person will get it because that person is currently sitting in that position that he and Sue will be interviewing for. So after she's hanging out with the kids and does whatever she wants, she's going to be getting ready for that. So, yeah. So she's locked in. Exactly, Zaxa. She's locked in. So send Lumos. We're not expecting much, but there's only 3 of them. Auditioning, interviewing. So because there's only 3 of them within the company right now that would be qualified. So, and she's one of 3. So I like the odds. But yeah. So that's where the sassy leader is at. Hey James, have you played a Marvel Tokan Fighting Souls game? Just a quick question. Zach, I have not. I have not opened my PlayStation 5 in a week. I told you guys. Practice is from 1 to 8:30. We have 2-a-days. So I'm at 3 practices because I'm the head coach of the middle school, but I have to be at varsity practice as well as the O-lineman coach. And I do social media stuff as well. And so I'm out the house no later than noon. I don't get back till 9:30, 10 o'clock. I catch up on social media stuff, eat, take a shower because I've been outside for 5+ hours. And then I crash. And I normally don't wake up till like 6, 7 o'clock. And then start the process over again. So yeah. May the best lady win. Yeah. I think she might be the only lady. So definitely. But great question. I plan on playing it. I did buy it. So I want to try it. Sonorous Saturday. It's a spell that amplifies your voice. I'm writing that down. All right. That being said, we'll keep our eyes and ears perked for merger news. Now it's time to get into what I'm excited about. My top 5, my perfect list of top 5 locations I want to see in Hogwarts Legacy 2. That we have to see. Avalanche Software, if you're watching. These locations, one of these locations has to be in the sequel. Not all 5. One. I am before we get to the topic at hand, what's your favorite NFL team, James? Just curious. I'm going to say my team, but I also want to preference. But that I am not like those of this team's fandom. All right? I am a Cowboys fan, but I am a realistic Cowboys fan. Also put your teams in the chat. I am a realistic Cowboys fan. I am a football coach. I'm an ex-college football player. I know when we have a good team and when we don't, because I pay attention to who's coaching. I also pay attention to how strong our positions are. It is not Super Bowl chances are high every year, like most of the fandom. My family's from Texas on my mom's side. So that's where that came to be. I grew up with the 90s Cowboys. And that's the last time we won anything. So, that being said, I'm a Cowboys fan. Always have, always will. I'm excited to see what we look like defensively, because we were horrible. We're in the bottom 25. I think we might have been 28th in defense last year. That's total defense, which is... There's only 32 teams in the NFL, by the way. So, we did some good things in the free agency and in the draft. I'm excited. Offensively, I think we should have paid my boy, Pickett. But it is what it is. I said Pickett. But anyway, I think we'll be fine. Our division's very tough. Giants look good. Eagles are always good. Commanders are looking good. They just signed, what's his name? Stephon Diggs at receiver. So our division's going to be tough. And plus the Rams are about to get Aaron Donald and about to sweep this whole thing. So it's going to be tough coming out the NFC. But I am a Cowboys fan. Just throwing that out there. Texas and Raiders. Corgi Chica and of course Corgi Dad. Raiders. I'm just ready for football to start. Off season's been so long. Well, we're gonna have football every weekend. Every week. It started this week. Now we're gonna have football every week until February. So let the games begin. 49ers fans, Cowboys, Spider Wolves says Parrish, Lions says White Wolf. I thought you were going to say Patriots or something. That's it, Broccoli. Broncos fan says Zach. That's my football team. Nice. I got no football team not popular here, says Mooney Lupin. Oh, yeah. It's starting to get some international appeal. Not on the level, obviously, of the true football, depending on where you are in the world. But, yeah. I watch football with my mom, says Miranda. We always root for the Cowboys. Hey, let's go. How about them Cowboys? Go Colts, says Broccoli. Coventry City are now in the Premier League, says Kel. Don't worry about it. My team is injury prone. Yeah, 49ers. Y'all need to get away from that practice facility fast. Saints fan says Dirty Black Gamer. NVG. What's good? Awesome. I love football season. Yeah, football season is the best. Ever since I can remember, I started playing football 9-10 years old. My summers have been occupied. Like summer, we're getting ready for summer workouts. School starts, we're in season. Football doesn't end till November. For us, me playing or coaching. And then college football, holiday season, NFL, playoffs, New Year, all those things. So it's just, and then it gets cold, hoodie weather, get the hoodie season going, get my pea coats out, my layers out, looking fly, scarves out. Yeah, it's the best. And I played college ball in West Virginia. And so, like, I really appreciated fall because they're changing the foliage, the colors. West Virginia is gorgeous in the fall. It's gorgeous. Yes, we had alarms if there was a bear on campus, or yes, there was areas me as a black person or a dark-skinned person wasn't able to go in West Virginia. But I enjoyed West Virginia. I did a lot more outdoor activities than I've ever experienced. Whitewater rafting, a lot of those things. So, yeah. Rob Parrish, my team is also the Spider Wolves. But yeah, football season's the best. So, yeah. But anyway, let's get into it. Let me get yours in the chat. And we'll dive right into top 5 locations. Top 5 locations. And be sure to have at least one of your favorite locations you would like to see featured in the sequel. So, Well, we should have a Thursday night football stream, just talking sports. Cause I know too much sports. By the way, not too much sports. I know too much about the game of football. I know too much. I would love to talk. Everybody calls me a wizard, which is funny because I love Harry Potter. But they call me a wizard whenever we like watch football live, whether at like a wing bar or just over at my family's house. Because I was like, oh yeah, they're about to run this. Oh yeah, they're about to run this. And yeah. Because I know. You can normally tell what they're about to run based on situational football, like down and distance, you know, quarter, how long is in the quarter, success of previous plays, while also looking at formations, personnel, all those things. So I'm pretty good at reading. I would be a great sportscaster. I've done one like a couple of times for high school games. I would be a good sportscaster. Plus, I'm used to talking to people anyway. I just say I'm from Texas. Wait. I feel yeah. I'm still told that I'm not from around here. I just say I'm from Texas. Sorting Saturdays. I like that. I'm adding that to the list. Sorting Saturdays. I like that. I'm adding that. Stop it, because Corey's the same way he calls the plays and what the ref and commentators are going to say. Yeah. It's always, that's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. Green Bay, did you play for West Virginia University? Oh, Brendan, I was at its sister school, West Virginia Institute of Technology. So they, WVU, West Virginia University Mountaineers, sponsored and funded our school, which was a Division II school I played at. And I went there for graphic design, obviously, streaming and making thumbnails and stuff like that. So, yeah. From Denmark, there's no football, says Las. Yeah. It's fun. I know you like the other version of football, but football is cool. Football's cool. So, all right, let's get into it. Top 5 locations. Now, just like the other one, Side Quest, for example, I have preferences. We're setting a precedent. We're setting guidelines. All right. So whatever you want to see in Hogwarts Legacy, it has to make sense narratively. And it has to be a place we haven't gone yet. So those are like the only primary 2 parameters when it comes to locations we want to see in Hogwarts Legacy 2. So first, let's play a game. What location do you, in the chat, put in there? 1. If you had to pick one location, not a city, one location, specific spot. Hogwarts is in the Scottish Highlands, so you can't just say Scotland. Same with Hogsmeade. You can't just say London, because London has obviously Ministry of Magic, all of those things. So it has to be one location. Like Paper Dragon says, the Black Lake. Perfect. That's one specific location. Give me underwater. Perfect. So you can't just say a place. We love to see the Ministry, but anything new is cool, says Cloudroth. Partner of Mysteries at the Ministry of Magic, says Lauren. Ministry says by Texify. Ministry of Magic. Gracious. That's what? Becky, Ministry of Magic says, what? I would like to see Diagon Alley. Okay, Spav says Diagon Alley. Department of Mysteries says Stephe. Which is in the Ministry of Magic. Diagon Alley says Last Miraculous and Parish. Yeah, you can't say Scotland. Under the lake at Hogwarts. That's what the Paper Dragon was saying. King's Cross, says Jack. The Vale location, does that count? Yeah. You don't have to be that specific, says Perez. You can say the Ministry of Magic, or I'm sorry, you can say the Department of Mysteries. Inside, Hagrid's hut. It wasn't always Hagrid's, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't always Hagrid's. Definitely not in the 1890s. Hogwarts Express, the Ministry, Loch Ness, says Brian. Brian says Planet Earth. Get out of here, Brian. Diagon Alley, says Metatron. We've seen all that already. I want Wagadoo, says Zoxa. Ministry of Magic, says Broccoli. Says Daniel. I have to go with the Black Lake, but with the abilities to dive down and explore the Black Lake. All right. Okay. I like where you guys heads at. I was surprised by the amount of Department of Mystery / Ministry of Magics, by the way. I don't know if that's because y'all been hanging around me too much every Wednesday or not. But, because I think I sold the Ministry of Magic as a location very well over the past 2 years. Ilvermorny says Crash Buckler, a Muggle area. You gotta be more specific than that. There's not that many Wizarding World areas compared to the Muggle areas, Zach. Wagadoo, I mispronounced it. No. There's a G and it's Uagadou. Any trip to another school would be amazing, says Steph. I'm going to throw this out there as well. Our house. Get some background, says Becky. Raju, Godric's Hollow, get more about the Deathly Hollows. Yes, especially with the Peverils. That's not a bad. They would have to work the Deathly Hollows in some way, shape, or form outside of what they did in the first game with the third trial. But Godric's Hollow would be interesting. I really, really want to see the hidden hallways. I think we'll get there. And tunnels. I think they'll add more of that. Where we live, our backstory, says Bav. I want to see the love room and the Department of Mystery. Shout out to Wizards Unite. Or just a school to travel to. Wagadoo, I fixed it. There you go, Zach. I also want bathrooms in all the in all the houses. Says, hi there, I'm Lily. Oh my gosh. Okay. Great. I think I have on my list 1, 2. I have 3 of those. On my list. Does Hogwarts Express train count? Yeah. You could say platform. You can say platform 9 3 quarters. You can say that one. So that encompasses that entire area plus Hogwarts Express. Nah, bathrooms are very close in relation. I want Excalibur and Merlin flashbacks, bro. I almost added Merlin, or at least his burial site, as a location here. And narratively, I can make that fit. But the 5 I chose narratively fit better with what's already established. If I did Merlin, they would have to pull from something that they really didn't establish. But Excalibur and Merlin, Avalon would be amazing. Would be so amazing. The night bus. Oh, the night bus. Yes. All right. Get ready, folks. Oh, it's coming. I would like to visit a place where Harriet and the gang explored the Time Room, Death Room, Department of Mysteries, and Hogwarts Legacy 2. Yes, Department of Mysteries. All right. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna work my way down. Diagon Alley was number 5 on my list. I just went from like a place I would like to see the most from the place I would like to see the least. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay, boom. So again, the guidelines for these locations are based on if they fit the narrative steps for the sequel. Again, this is like parts of my script and everything. Yeah, the night bus, the night carriage, perhaps. Yeah, that would be dope. So Diagon Alley, a place mentioned in Hogwarts Legacy 1, because if you guys remember in the first game, we had our the carriage like retrofitted with all of our stuff. And they even told us we lost our wand, original wands, and all these things that we had got, assuming from Diagon Alley with Professor Fig. So Diagon Alley just makes sense. We didn't need to go to Hogsmeade to get our stuff. We could, but people want it. It's a fan favorite, and it would be cool to experience other students going to Diagon Alley to get stuff. And narratively, with its connections to Gringotts, with the Goblin Rebellion that was happening in the first one, outside of any of the locations you had that would tie into the game, I think Diagon Alley is just makes the most sense right now. It really does. What if Avalon was actually another secret wizarding school like Hogwarts, or is Avalon actually is Hogwarts by another name? I'm gonna get there. I hold that thought. Hold Avalon and Merlin and Excalibur. Hold those thoughts. So Diagon Alley is number 5. So I think we're all in agreement with that. A surprise one that I thought would be amazing and would fit is Borgin and Burkes. That's my number 4 on my list. And not a popular one, but this is how I'm pitching it. I wrote an iconic location in Harry Potter. Borgin and Burkes is our number 4 on our list of locations needed in Hogwarts Legacy 2. Around 28 years old, which is crazy. I didn't know Borgin and Burkes was that young. Is only 28, 30 years old by the time, 1891, assumedly so, in the sequel. So it's not that old. In Hogwarts Legacy timeline, so relatively new. Borgin and Burkes throughout Harry Potter lore is known to house dark, ancient magical artifacts. Dark, ancient magical artifacts. If that's not ancient magic in whatever we've been able to do to a T, like, that's perfect. I think Borgin and Burkes is a perfect location. Just from those 3 things. A place where dark, ancient, magical artifacts can be found and are housed and sold. Okay? Now, dark artifacts were something Sebastian Sallow sought as a way to protect his twin sister, Anne. That's why we ended up in the Salazar Slytherin's secret spot in the first one. So, if we assume Sebastian's coming back because he's a fan favorite and he's one of the more popular characters coming out of the game, and we assume he's not just a person stuck in Azkaban. He's eventually going to get free or was never sent in the first place. Seb continuing his search to heal Anne, to fix Anne, to cure Anne, would lead him to a Borgin and Burkes in some way, shape, or form. Now, it's going to be interesting because who's watching him and Anne now? So that question is going to have to ask, because it's not Solomon, Uncle Solomon, R.I.P. So, Borgin and Burkes. Narratively, his plot to save Anne would continue in the sequel as it goes further into the dark arts. Now, speculation is Seb could be a villain, which a lot of you guys have thrown out, of some sort. So I can imagine us tracking him down to save or stop him. Trying to save Seb or stop him from going down that dark path. and could lead us to a Borgin and Burks as a location to get clues to what he's after. Okay? So Borgin and Burks, Diagon Alley, Nocturne Alley, obviously all residing in the same area. It just makes sense on top of what we know from Sebastian. Here's the kicker, which I really like about Borgin and Burks. Leading us to iconic Borgin and Burks location, making it explorable as we look for clues around for Seb. After Borgin, looking for clues or for what Seb is after. Borgin and Burks would also have artifacts that would be appealing to our character narratively, since the store carries not just dark artifacts, but ancient and magical artifacts like our ability, shedding more insight or answers regarding why we have this rare and strange gift. We could also get some clues and get some information on just our ability overall. It says dark, but also ancient and magical artifacts are sold at Borgin and Burks. So maybe during our time, looking for restocking up, getting our school supplies as we go back to Hogwarts by September 1st, we run into Nocturne Alley, we see something suspicious, we go into Borgin and Burks, we find something. Maybe there's an ancient magic hotspot or ancient magic artifact that only we can see that's screaming to us, or at least whispering to us. You can play around with that. And then we find it's a MacGuffin now, like the ancient magic repository. So now we can play around with not only having a new location, but having more insight as to what our ability entails and why we have the ability in the first place. And then I put in side note, if Hogwarts Legacy finally gives us a morality system, Borgin and Burks would be the spot if we decide to go dark, Wizard just saying. So if they even give us the morality system, that's even another excuse as to go to Borgin and Burks, because that's where a lot of dark wizards hang. If you guys remember Wizards Unite, a lot of ongoings was going on in Borgin and Burks. Masks, transferring power, ancient power, all of those things. So Borgin and Burks, I think, is a underrated, not as widely acknowledged location for the sequel of Hogwarts Legacy. Silverbone, I agree with the person who said our character lives during the summer. Visiting where our character lives during the summer. It could be fun if we had a home base, or even buying a house in Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley, or other visiting a village. Or we could live in the shop we bought. I was just about to say that. I was like, we just stay at the shop with Penny, our little elf, and use that as functionality of it, or expand upon it on how we can customize what we can do with the shop. Yeah, I love that idea, Silverbone. I love that idea. Let me see. They mentioned that. Let me see. Voldemort started to work at Borgin and Burks. Yes, at 18. So maybe Sebastian starts to work there as well. Yes, he did. Deep descent into a supervillain role. They want him to be a villain. Free my boy Seb. He didn't do anything wrong. AK is one of the unforgivable curses. Unforgivable being the key word. So, Seb doing nothing wrong doesn't fit the description of unforgivable curse. But I get to center it. Whereas the ancient magic whispers could change depending on our light or dark choices. Yes, agreed. What's up, says Drummer? I know this is off topic. The Giants look good at training camp. Bro, I'm scared of the Giants. I think they're underrated. And Harbaugh. But Drummer, I'm in agreement. Okay. Number 3, Zoxa pointed this out, and a couple of you guys as well. Wagadu. Everybody say it. Wagadu. Okay. Wagadu. Continuing with lore. Again, this has to fit the narrative from the first game. The locations have to fit the narrative set by the first game. And ancient magic is the plot thread that will run through the entire series. So, that being said, In the Wizarding world, much of it, if not all, magic originated in Africa. This is according to Pottermore. If you go here on HarryPotter.com, I still call it Pottermore, but anyway. Ancient magic in general originated in Africa in some way, shape, or form, according to HarryPotter.com and Pottermore, according to J.K. Rowling herself. And if you read the description here, although Africa has a number of smaller wizarding schools, there's only one that has stood the test of time, at least 1,000 years, and achieved an inviolable international reputation, Ouagadougou. The largest of all wizarding schools. It welcomes students from all over the enormous continent. The only address given is quote-unquote Mountain of the Moon. Visitors speak of a stunning edifice carved out of the mountainside and shrouded in mist, so that it sometimes appears simply to float in midair. Much same would say all magic originated in Africa, and Ouagadougou graduates are especially well versed in astronomy, alchemy, and self-transfiguration. And then they talk about the wand, for example, being a European tool. Many spells are cast by their hands, wandless magic, over at Ouagadougou. The original form of casting spells, by the way. The original way of casting spells. Not wands. It was using your hands. So, Ouagadougou is as ancient as they come. And if Ouagadougou is in Africa, the location or the continent where magic originated, one could surmise ancient magic has a very strong presence, or at least knowledge of ancient magic has a very strong presence at one of the biggest schools in all of Wizarding World, the biggest school in Africa. So Ouagadougou. Out of all the magic schools, I do lean towards Ouagadougou the most due to lore. Thank you. Yes. It would be cool if we could travel to the World Cup location in Hogwarts Legacy 2. That would be cool. Nice. What number is it? It's number 3 for me. So it's dead set in the middle. So my explanation as to why Ouagadougou. Continue with lore in the Wizarding World, Africa. All of magic originated in Africa, the epitome of ancient magic. And in Africa stands the largest school, which I just put out there. With Africa being the original location of magic being used, Ouagadougou is my number 3 must-see location for Hogwarts Legacy 2 narratively. Ancient magic is the plot thread that will continue from game to game, from game 1 to game 2 to even game 3. And our MC getting a better understanding or even control of this ability, I think, is going to be vital to the overall story. Because I think we have to get stronger. We have to have a better control and understanding of it. And I think if we have a better control or understanding of ancient magic, we will get stronger. So both go hand in hand. So what better place to have us visit than Ouagadougou, a place that could provide answers / understanding to our ancient magic abilities. Not signed, Professor O and I both introduced in Hogwarts Legacy come from Ouagadougou. And based on the MC's relationship with the family, this gives our character a way to visit this legendary school. Gameplay wise, there needs to be limitations on exploring this school, because I don't want Avalanche Software to have to make a brand new school, especially one of the biggest schools in all of Wizarding World. So I'm envisioning this visit to Ouagadougou being similar to the Hufflepuff exclusive Azkaban Jackdaw quest, only giving us a small portion of the school to explore, gameplay-wise, while also giving us the feeling of visiting a new Wizarding World school. Maybe just exploring Ouagadougou's library and its own restricted section for books on ancient magic, or even a secret ancient magic location within the mountain. And I'm leaning more towards the secret magic location in the mountain. That's where I'm leaning towards. I think that would be dope. I think it would be cool to see like one of the OG wizards who would have a pensive buried somewhere, who could give us their own version of the Keeper's Trials, a secret location where we can like tap into a memory of one of the OG cats who lived thousands of years ago, who could use ancient magic, who's from Africa, one of the originated where magic was originated, or at least first reported use of magic was in Africa. I think that would be dope. So a library, or at least books on ancient magic, older books that would be older than what we have in Hogwarts, makes a lot of sense at Ouagadougou. But to find a secret location at Ouagadougou within the mountain that could be riddled with ancient magic. I think about the Wakanda repository of vibranium from the comics. I think would be insane, especially if it allows us to learn wandless magic. Maybe something happens to our wand and we have to be able to cast spells without using a wand. That would be amazing. So Ouagadougou, just as a setting, beautiful edifice within the mountains, mist, shroud. I think it would be a gorgeous place to just see outside. And again, limitations on where we could go, just like in the Azkaban quest, to the foyer, or maybe to the library, or maybe we could just see outside the school, and maybe there's a secret ancient magic spot that we can only access and see. Would be dope. That's my pitch. That's my pitch for Ouagadougou, and why it narratively makes sense. Because now we're learning from one of the OG cats, and we're getting a grasp on our powers and why there's whispers left, why there's ancient magic hotspots, why we are fifth year. Maybe this late start with our character, just like Isadora, just like Percival, maybe this goes way back to the OG guys who could use and see ancient magic, and they too got a late start with their magic. I think that would be, I just think that would be really cool, because everybody wants to see another wizarding school in some way, shape, or form. And as much as I would love to see Evermorny just doesn't make sense right now, outside of like somebody visiting Hogwarts from Evermorny. So yeah, Ouagadougou, throwing it out there. The possibilities are endless, but also narratively makes sense to further progress our character story with ancient magic being the focus. So yeah, let me catch up in chat because I've been talking for a lot. Daniel says, I can't get this out of my head, but we complete our time at Hogwarts, then if we want to, we can go work as a or something. Sorry, I missed for that. No, you're good. I'd love to learn wandless magic. I don't think they're going to give us Hogwarts Legacy 3 the Ministry of Magic years. I think the appeal has and will always be Hogwarts itself, the student life, living out there, hanging out. So wandless magic like Naruto. Oh, hand side, yes. What's up, Stargeese? I didn't even see you in the chat. Yes. Don't forget about the animagus. Yeah, I think this is a hot. I don't think this is as hot of a topic as I'm thinking. I'd rather have a corporeal Patronus than be able to turn into an animal. I'd rather have an animal for my Patronus than turn into an animal in general. That's just me. And it would be cool to see what ancient magic and transfiguration, how ancient magic could, I don't know what's the word, affect a spell like transfiguration. But yeah, I don't know. I'd rather have the Patronus than be an animagus. It could also help us learn how to get out of our heads and see magic differently, not so black and white anymore. Well, that's the thing I was mad about in the first one. Because Ranrock, for example, his perspective isn't black and white as well. because a lot of his hatred towards wizards is because of what wizards did to goblins. And I don't think that was hit as hard as it could be narratively. You just saw Ranrock, he killed another goblin and killed Miriam, and he's trying to gain power, and that's bad. So defeat him. And the reason people liked Seb was because he was so, you understood why he was doing it. And they highlighted that. They made sure, yes, he's obviously going down a dark path that he shouldn't be, but you understood why he was doing it. And I think that should have been, that treatment with Seb should have been given to Ranrock, who was the main villain, in my opinion, anyway. Silverbone says on Twitch, unless we get a job at Hogwarts after 7th year, I don't know how you will be able to stay around Hogwarts, making use of its resources from requirement. So that's why I think it's going to be a trilogy. Because I think you're correctly, like, I think you're dead on. There's no use of us being at Hogwarts after we graduate. So that's why I think it's going to stop at the 7th hour at our final year as we graduate Hogwarts. That'll be a trilogy because we started as a 5th year. The sequel that's coming up is going to be a 6th year, speculation. And then the third in the trilogy is going to be a 7th year. So that way you have 3 games and Hogwarts is still the primary location while introducing new locations to explore. But no, I totally agree. I totally agree. We could possibly become an Aura and yes, if they give us jobs and stuff like that. Yeah, it would be cool to have a Not Sai side story, says Parrish. I love Not Sai, says Zoxa. Yeah, Not Sai is so underrated. If Wagadu, then within an Animega's storyline, Wireless Magic would be great to see, says Perez. An Animega's quest or DLC would go hard, maybe Wireless Magic or something else. I agree with all of those things. I forgot how many people wanted Animegas, like a lot of people. Maybe the mentors start to play a bigger role the next game, maybe because of another villain or some other reason. This would force us to learn the Patronus Charm and use it more often. Yeah, and the Patronus Charm doesn't just work on the mentors. I forgot the other creature you can use it on, but the way it's used in the mod, for example, the Patronus Charm, you can use it in battle as a mod. You can use it in battle, and it's an AoE type of attack. So you can kind of make it, you can still use it and have it like on your spell diamond, but it's more effective against, per se, Dementors and stuff like that. But if you're using it against dark wizards or poachers or something, maybe it's not as effective and stuff, but it still kind of does some damage. And speaking of the mod, it even had a long runtime, cooldown time, like the Avada Kedavra. So if you wanted to use a spell that as powerful as AK, but on the quote-unquote light side of things, non-dark side, I think Patronus would be a nice fit as well. What about the treatment of elves that Wizarding World kind of did too? Yeah. I think they just glossed over it, which I didn't like. They should first of all feel the Highlands is kind of empty. Yes, Las. I don't think they should fill it as much as you would like. Not people wise, at least. Maybe definitely more biomes for creatures or poacher camps in some way, shape, or form. I would agree with that. And even better rewards. Maybe give us more caves or underground dungeons. I mean, this is an ancient area. So give us more of that. But it's the Scottish Highlands, it's the Wizarding World. I don't think it's as densely populated during our timeline, Hogwarts Legacy timeline, as it was during Harry Potter's timeline. So, yeah. I really want Quidditch in Hogwarts Legacy 2, says Reaper. Yeah. Or just use the Patronus to send secret messages. Right, yeah. What about the Fire Fiend? Ooh, spam Patronus approaches. They get distracted. Would be yeah, that would be fun. But not full, but dungeons and foes. Yes, exactly. All right, so number 2 is Azkaban for me. Jack says Azkaban makes perfect sense. Let me read this. Azkaban makes perfect sense. Seb could have ended up there regardless of our choice. And Hogwarts Legacy 1 is someone who could have turned him in. We could either visit him or break him out. That's how I put it as well. So number 2 on my list. Number 2, in regards to locations for Hogwarts Legacy 2 that we need, not just that I want to see, we need that fits narratively, is Azkaban. Azkaban is number 2. And I put, now the number 2 location we need to see in Hogwarts Legacy 2 was already explorable and even revealed in the first game, Azkaban. Azkaban could, in my opinion, should, I'm using forceful language now as we get close to the number 1, should be a location we visit in the Hogwarts Legacy sequel based on 2 plot lines, Sebastian Sallow and Isidore Morganach. Now, the Isidore Morganach angle I touched on way back in the day with the theory I had put out there. So let's touch on Sebastian Sallow first in regards to a plot line as to why we need Azkaban in the sequel as a location to visit. At the end of the Sebastian Sallow quest line, everybody knows in Hogwarts 61, MC, Ominous, and Anne all come together to decide the fate of Seb, whether that's him going free or turning him in to be sent to Azkaban after casting AK on his Uncle Solomon, R.I.P. Now, to me, Seb has to come back in the sequel based on his popularity amongst fans and the game, and based on his popularity amongst fans of the game, and based on his unresolved story, which his story is still unresolved. Avalanche Software has a narrative thread that should include Azkaban as an attainable and explorable location based on that character. Whether it's us visiting him in Azkaban, as Jack said, or breaking him free, or something darker. Which leads us to Isadora. Isadora says that on her travels, she learned to remove negative emotions using ancient magic. Now, and this is where I get into my theory. I have a theory that on her travels, she met Ekrizdis, the original owner of Azkaban, because it was a castle, and creative Dementors based on lore. There's other lore things that dispute Ekrizdis being the creative Dementors, but this is the one I'm going with based off of HarryPotter.com. And that's where, speaking of Azkaban, Azkaban is where / who she learned this magic, taking away, removing emotions, because both existed around the 15th century and both created magic that removes an emotion. Ekrizdis removed positive emotions using Dementors, and Isadora removed negative emotions using ancient magic. And they both have a similar, like, whisper, Dementors, and this ancient magic that's left. The emotions that turn into ancient magic, because that's how she got more powerful. If you remember, she was taking in the negative emotions that she pulled from using ancient magic. She got stronger. The Dementors also get stronger taking away positive emotions. They said they were growing like fungus at Azkaban. So, in some way, shape, or form, emotions mixed with possible ancient magic makes a person or a created being like the Dementors stronger. Isadora was taking on the Dementors, the Keepers, by herself, and all the keepers could use ancient magic, and she was taking them on by herself. So I think the timelines fit. Obviously, both Akristis and Isadora were seeking to take away emotion in some way, shape, or form. Both have similar effects. I think there's a tie-in there. So, that being said, with Azkaban, going back to the location we need in Hogwarts Legacy 2, with Azkaban being the location where such magic was tested and created, I think Azkaban narratively would be a good location to explore dark magic. Going back to Seb, who's going darker and darker, trying to save his sister Anne. Whether that's Seb continuing down his dark path to save Anne like Isadora to save her father, because now we're like the keepers who had to deal with Isadora. Now we have our own Isadora as the MC with Seb. It rhymes. It's same thing. I just love that comparison. I love those similarities. Now we're the keepers, and we have our own Isadora to deal with. Just like the original keepers having to deal with Isadora. So I just think this makes sense. So anyway, or whether that's our character and the choices we make, going back to the morality thing, feature taking us down a similar darker path. Azkaban is an ideal location that narratively fits the story from Hogwarts Legacy 1, while possibly expanding not only the story but the mythos of a fan favorite location. Harper the Files quest at Azkaban would be insane. Anita, good evening. Oh, what's up, Anita? Live start in the chat. And Akristis mission, yeah, I know what you meant for us. Sorry, just arrived. Hope everyone is well. I live 20 minutes from Leslie, where it's rumored that Godric's Hollow is being filmed for the TV show. Would like to see that at Hogwarts Legacy 2. Baratella, bro. First, what is up? How are you doing today? Second, that's awesome. That's awesome. We can see the creation of Dementors at Azkaban and the Pensive. That's Miranda. Yes. I'm writing that down. What's to say Akristis didn't leave a Pensive there? Or Isadora? Oh my gosh. I'm writing that down. Oh my, could you imagine? Which would also fit with everybody wanting to have a Patronus charm in the sequel anyway. Oh my gosh. Creation of Dementors and Isadora's magic thanks to Akristis. Pensive. Bro, I love that. Yeah, we need a Akristis mission. Chilling at Hershey Park, waiting to see fireworks. Oh, have fun. Stay cool, Anita. We are old Quidditch. Crash Buckler, we talked about that, I think it was last week, in regards to side quests or side activities we need in Hogwarts Legacy 2. Quidditch was one of those, but not a full-blown Quidditch thing like in Quidditch Champions. I think like us being a seeker or chaser only and going from there. That's just nightmare fuel, says Zoxa. This would give the story a very dark touch, which sequels usually do, because it said that Akristis tortured muggles and did unspeakable things to them, things not even wizards could talk about. Yeah, if you go to harrypotter.com, Azkaban, and again, this is all lore. This is all canon. Azkaban's existed since the 15th century. Which is the 1400s, which is around Isadora and the Keeper's timeline. So I'm trying to fit within canon with this theory of Isadora and the Crisis. Anyway, the island in the North Sea upon which the first fortress was built never appeared on any map, Muggle or Wizarding, and is believed to have been created or enlarged by magical means. So the Crisis kept this drink like hidden. Let me see. Let me get to the part. The fortress upon its original home is little known. The fortress upon it was originally home to a little known sorcerer called himself a Crisis. Eventually, evidently extremely powerful, but of unknown nationality. So Avalanche Software could play around with his nationality if they want as well. A Crisis who is believed to have been insane was a practitioner of the worst kinds of dark arts. Alone in the middle of the ocean, he lured, tortured, and killed Muggle sailors, apparently for pleasure. Jeez. And only when he died and the concealment charm had been the sealant charm he had cast faded away, did the Ministry of Magic realized that either island or building existed. Those who entered to investigate refused afterwards to talk of what they had found inside. But the least frightening part of it was that the place was infested with Dementors. Many in authority thought Azkaban an evil place that was best destroyed. Others were afraid of what might happen to the Dementors infesting the building if they deprived them of their home. The creatures were already strong and impossible to kill. Isadora was getting pretty strong, taking on 4 witches and wizards, the Keepers, mind you, who could use ancient magic, and she was handling all 4 of them by herself. So there's something, again, another connection between them two. Anyway, many feared the horrible revenge would, if they took it away, the habitat, because they thrived there. The very walls of the building seemed steeped in a misery and pain. Excuse me. And the Dementors were determined to cling to it. Experts who had studied buildings built with and around dark magic contend that Azkaban might wreak its own revenge upon anybody attempting to destroy it. Azkaban wreaking his own revenge, a building that seems to have some sentience in some way, shape, or form. Reminds me of Hogwarts. I'm just saying, bro. Yin and yang. If we get a morality system, maybe we have our own requirement in Azkaban. Maybe we have our own ancient repository in Azkaban based on the decisions we make. I'm just saying. The fortress was therefore left abandoned for many years, a home to continually breeding Dementors. But there's I'm trying to find a part where they say there's stuff there that they haven't found. Risen the power, forced the underground, new prison once in the spread, Dementors living their advantage despite opposition. Oh, this is him taking over. Good lord, how long is this? Diggory horrified by what he had. Oh, okay. Diggory, Cedric's relative, was so horrified by what he had seen inside Azkaban that he pressed the committee to find alternatives. Back in London, Diggory established a committee to explore alternatives to Azkaban, or at least remove the mentors as guards. I'm trying to remember what they found. 15 years, been breakouts, no breaches, security. They mentioned something about finding stuff, but not finding everything, or at least not reporting everything. So again, going back to the narrative, this gives room for Avalanche Software, the writers at Avalanche Software, to play around with what we could find in Azkaban, below Azkaban, at the bottom of Azkaban, the torture locations, a pensive possibly, other things that are just dark Devil's Snare, all of these things. So I just think Azkaban, A, popular location, B, a lot of people want the game to go darker in some way, shape, or form. C, people want the chance to play with that darkness in some way, shape, or form, especially with the morality system and knowing where Seb seemingly is going before he gets his redemption arc, possibly at the end of the sequel or at the beginning of the third game. Azkaban just makes the most sense. And again, with the ties to Isidore and the Christus and this symbiosis between Isadora and Seb and us and the Keepers, Azkaban would just be a fun place to play around with narratively. Personally, I think the mentors are the tortured part of a person's soul twisted. Ooh, I like that. I like a mission where we have to go under the Black Lake and see mirror. I would love to see the Black Lake explorable underwater, especially playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync. I love going underwater now. Love the lore behind the mentors, says game over. Hope morality system is part, especially knowing it was heavily considered for the first game. Yep. I don't need the game to be dark. I just need to be a possibility, and I want the surrounding world / characters to treat me differently according to my morality, aka based on my actions. Well said. Well said. Yes, that would bring Kelpies. Now, I think for us to get Mooney Lupin, for those of you guys talking about underwater as a location, that was a side activity for me, particularly in the room requirement. So I think having a room in the room requirement for the beasts, but specifically underwater beasts like a Kelpie, would give us that underwater experience without Avalanche Software having to create an entire underwater world. You could just have a separate room within the room requirement, like Newt, where you can take care of magical beasts specifically that dwell underwater, and then you can ride a Kelpie or Kelpie Mountain, everything like that. I think that would be cool. I think that would that would fit both in regards to what people want underwater and fit Avalanche Software not having to do as much. This comment might be in 3 parts since my thoughts and ideas are speeding through, says Silver. Sometimes, something else I thought of, if they add Diagonally, they could expand upon Diagonally and Nocturnally in the parts of the alleys we don't see in other side alleys. Yes, because of Harry's limited point of view and the lack of knowledge. Wait, hold on. Of the wider world that the devs could make use, since we don't see it through Harry. And it could theoretically exist if it doesn't contradict anything. Yeah. I love that. I like a mission where we're going to have to go in the water, Black Lake, see mer people. It's how the movies went. They started nice and ended going darker. Yeah. A water vivarium, that's a great idea. I think so. That's on my side activities. It's how Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom done it. Took something that was already explored, but expanded the map upwards and downwards. Yes. Even though I think Avalanche Software wouldn't need to expand. They will only need to expand Hogwarts, not necessarily Scottish Highlands, unless you have like new buildings because they were built a year after the events. So Hogwarts would be expounded upon because of the secret alleys and the secret hallways and entrances and tunnels and stuff like that. And you could expand to the room requirement as well, having a water vivarium. And they've already given us the sky, at least, with being able to fly up above and around Hogwarts in the Scottish Highlands. So the only thing would be underwater, but I think they're expanding locations with a Diagon Alley or my number one pick, Ministry of Magic, which is my number one spot. Ministry of Magic, I've gone over this thousands of times. I'm not gonna hold you guys over, but Ministry of Magic just makes the most sense out of all of these places narratively. Like the most. It's not even fair how much sense it makes. It's not even fair. Dynamic weather as well as reactions of NPCs rains. Yeah, dynamic weather would be a nice touch. We didn't get that much weather on and off like rain and stuff. Yeah, the Highlands are boring for me. Expand Hogwarts, give us some more locations in other parts of London. Yeah, I don't think they need to expand the Scottish Highlands. Just expand Hogwarts because people want an excuse to go to Hogwarts. Allow sitting. Give us more stuff to do with side activities in Hogwarts, like Wizard's Chess, like Quidditch, like House Point stuff and everything. And that way you don't need to touch the Scottish Highlands. Or at least if you do, just bare minimum. But if they would expand Hogwarts more, I'd be thrilled. Yeah. Because everybody wants an excuse to go to Hogwarts. Hey, I don't know if it was talked about already, but what do you think of the new 25th anniversary Harry Potter popcorn bucket? Wait, what? This is my first time hearing about this. Let me see. No. What? Is this real? Wait, I'm seeing multiple. Hold on. I just got distracted. I see a Hogwarts Express train popcorn bucket. No way. Are you serious? That's cute. It doesn't look like it houses that much popcorn. Wow. That, yeah, $70. 70, yeah, 70 doll hairs. It's Harry Potter. Harry Potter 25th anniversary briefcase trunk popcorn bucket. Is this actual official? Is this official? I like this, especially back to Hogwarts Day as a briefcase. I like this a lot. I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot. The train would be fun. Dylon. What's up, bud? Happy Saturday. Happy Sorcerer's Saturday, Slytherin Saturday, Spellcasters Saturday, Spellworks Saturday. All the names, all the hits. There's a wand one. Harry Potter 25th anniversary popcorn 10 bucket with wand. No. I mean, these are the briefcase and this one are the cheaper options. The train joint, that's $70. All right. There's a sorting hat too. With the fam, how's the Saturday stream going? It's going good. Hanging out. It feels different, but it is going well. I'm glad you had fun. Swimming sounds good. It's been so hot. There's some house cups too. I don't like this one as much. It's cool they have all four of the houses as books. I'm gonna have to buy one of these. I'm gonna have to buy one of these though. The direct popcorn buckets. So Cinemark has the wand one. There's the sorting hat one. I'm looking for the house one. Choose your house with... Okay, so here's the house ones. Hufflepuff. And there's the Regal. There's the Nimbus 2000 one. Oh my gosh. Wait. And then you got collectible combos. That's crazy. The broomstick is huge, yeah. How's football going? Bro, it is going. No, it's good. We had our first scrimmage yesterday. We did good. We looked good. We had 2 injuries, though. That's the scary part about scrimmages. But so far, so good. It's been eat, sleep, then football, honestly. Eat, sleep, shower, then football. I leave the house no later than noon. I don't get back till 9:30, 10 o'clock. So, yeah. The broom is actual size. That's crazy. Thanks for asking, Dylan. It's going good. 2 days ends this week, this upcoming week. So, after that, we'll have 3-hour practices, normal practices and stuff, which I will be so thankful for. But, yeah. Yeah, I got to buy some of this stuff. Oh, they didn't do the bronze. They didn't do the bronze. They did the silver. Sorry, Ravenclaws. Apologies. I'm thinking if I had to pick one, I'd go for the. I can't justify $70 for the train. So I do the briefcase. The Nimbus 2000 popcorn bucket is insane. Life of the coach, I get it. Hopefully they're just minor issues. Yeah. We had to do a scrimmage just to see how good we are, but that's the risk that comes with it. But yeah, it's going good. It's going good. I'm looking forward. I've been filming a lot of stuff, so I'm looking forward to sharing like the behind the scenes with the Patronus Squad. Hopefully, hashtag soon. I gotta get approval. I got the Spider-Man cup and bucket combo. That one's 2-in-1. Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. That's insane. But either way, yeah. Now I got me thinking about back to Hogwarts Day, which is creeping up fast. We still got a couple of weeks, but gotta sleep. Loss, I know you're in a different time zone. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your rest and have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I hope we get something back to Hogwarts Day. I'm not counting on it, but I'm still hopeful. But I will try to stream whatever I can that day. That's a Tuesday. What day is that? Yeah, that's a Tuesday. So I'll try to stream that day and see what is good. All this merch reminds me of the Hogwarts Legacy PS5 controller. I forgot I bought it. It's unopened. Oh, I opened mine. Lucky. Silverbane. If the devs wanted, they could also, as a background detail, subtly expand upon. Wait, hold on. Expand upon how terrible and devastating the existences of Grindelwald and Baltimore. Yeah. 3 for 3 parts. Yes, done. 3 for 3 parts. I see it. I'm saving this, your chat, so I could, cause you're dropping some fire, Silverbane, for sure. Jealous. Sold out before I get it. Man, the PS5 controller. Where is it? shout out to friggin' nerds. I was live streaming. Some of you guys were here. I was live streaming to try and get it. I was live streaming to try to get the controller, and I couldn't get it. I was live streaming trying to get it. Like almost 80% of chat couldn't get it. We were all like in the queue and everything. But for whatever reason, somebody had got it at friggin' nerds and did a giveaway, and I ended up like receiving it. So shout out to friggin' nerds. But now you can buy it. You just gotta pay a lot. I don't know if you can find an unopened one. Let me see. Hogwarts Legacy PS5 controller. I want a PS5. Oh my gosh, 400? Nah, pass. That's a Switch. Yeah. Yeah. Now people are selling these things for like 400. This is 89, but I'm assuming it's opened. Yeah, it's opened. So yeah. That's, yeah. You never showed us your levitating wand from the collector's edition. I didn't? I thought I did. I actually have 2 collector's editions. I never, wait, what? Hold on. Well, I'm going to have to plug it in. I'll do that one day. I'll do that next stream. Show off some of the stuff. They cost over 200 pounds plus for an unopened controller. Ridiculous. Yeah. The price is ridiculous over here. It's dumb. But yeah. Now I'm a PlayStation guy, so I've been collecting. I started collecting a couple of controllers. I got like the Astrobot controller, the PlayStation 30th anniversary controller, the golden controller for 007 First Light. So I've been collecting some of those. I wonder what would come in Hogwarts Legacy 2 Collector's Edition. I hope it's not a floating wand. I was honestly disappointed by the Collector's Edition. It fascinated me. How much was it originally? Originally, it was $79.99. Controllers usually run. PS5 controllers usually go $80. So I think that was the price. It wasn't $100. James, I missed the snack streams maybe because I'm hungry. Yeah. Snack of the day. Snack of the weekend. Snack of the entire football season so far. Uncrustables. Merlin statue. Bro, if they did a Merlin statue for a collector's edition, if they did a Merlin statue for a collector's edition and I can't buy it, as the Merlin conspiracy theorist himself, named by the former community manager for Avalanche Software and Hogwarts Legacy, Chandler Wood, I would lose my mind. Especially with Avalon and Excalibur. Like, Avalon was already a magical place, steeped in magic, ancient, old place. Bro. Possibly the burial place of Merlin's wand, where we can't find it. According to the test. Bro. Give me my boy. Give me Merlin. You cannot tell me he can't help with ancient magic in some way, shape, or form. So I'm putting Avalon as a honorable mention in regards to locations that need to be in Hogwarts Legacy in some way, shape, or form. And Hogwarts Legacy 2, Avalon. The collector's edition for Hogwarts Legacy 2 should contain the long-awaited documentary. Yes! RIP documentary. Bring us the documentary that was promised in 2023. Give us the documentary. Yeah. But, bro. One day I'll do a stream. I've done a video showing some of my Harry Potter merch for Persona Squad, but I'll do a stream showing off like at least Hogwarts Legacy stuff or just Harry Potter stuff in general. And it's got Hogwarts Legacy in the back too. So I thought they'd do more though. But you got the school, you got some ancient magic on the handles here. So they hooked it up. I want to see ooh, St. Mungo's would be crazy. Pun intended, mech. St. Mungo's would be crazy. When did the time turner thing happen? When did the time turner incident happen? Wasn't that in the 1890s? St. Mungo's, bro. St. Mungo's. Wait, no, it was the time room. No, it was the time turners. Yeah, it was the time turners. Maybe we could visit Anne there. Do y'all think that's where she's at? Yeah, the question is, where is Anne and Sebastian living now? Are they living in the same house? Just without Uncle Solomon? They can only pass itself. 2020. Oh, they're talking about Wizards Unite history. Yeah, wasn't the time incident in 1800s? Nature. I gotta find it. But anyway. St. Mungo's would be interesting. Mac, you got me thinking now. Wasn't the time turner incident in the 8th night? Bro, wait, hold on. Time room, Harry Potter. Hold on. Jar history. 1996. That's them going there. The Battle of the Ministry. Bro, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. There was a time incident. Hold on. Hold on. I know there was a time incident. Time turner official. God. Okay. Wait, I found it. HarryPotter.com. According to the professor, spent entire career in the Department of Mystery studying time, magic, Investigations currently stand. Longest period may be relived without the possibility of serious harm to travelers, around 5 hours. Case our charm. All attempts to travel back further than a few hours have been catastrophic harm to the witch or wizard involved. It was not realized for many years why time travelers over great distance never survived their journeys. All such experiments have been abandoned since 1899. Okay. So 1899 is when they stopped. So that's still a far off. That's still like at least 8 years after the sequel. Wait, they abandoned in 1899 when Eloise became trapped for a period of 5 days in the year 1402, which is around the 1400s, is around the timeline of the Keepers in the Isadora. Now we understand that her body had aged 5 centuries in its return to the present and irreparably damaged. She died in St. Mungo's Hospital for magical maladies and injuries shortly after we managed to retrieve her. What is more, her 5 days in the distant past caused great disturbance in the life paths of all those she met, changing the course of their lives so dramatically that no fewer than 25 of their descendants vanished in the present, having been unborn, quote unquote. Wait, 1402. Yeah, Mech went from we went from St. Mungo's from Mech to Time Turners. Hogwarts Legacy. It's 1400s, right? This is 15th century. So it just says 15th century. 15th century is 1400s. Bro. Did we talk about this? What if Eloise... What if Eloise went back to the Keeper's timeline? What if Eloise went back to the Keeper's timeline, which is 15th century, which is the 1400s? Hey, Denise, what's good? It was dissolved by 1899. Wrong thing. We have to have talked about this before. Dissolved by 1899. Yeah, 1899, not 1890. Wait, what does this mean? Oh, there's no timeline. So at least by 1890, they weren't a thing. Okay. Because we became the new Keepers. Okay. I see what they mean by here. I see what they mean. Professor Hecate does imply that she used time turners so she could have involved. But yeah, she could have been. Yeah. She could have been involved. She could not have been involved with this specific incident. All experiments have been abandoned since 1899 when Eloise became trapped for a period of 5 days in the year 1402. In the year 4. So I'm assuming them saying when indicates 1890 is when Eloise went back and was trapped in 1402 for 5 days. The 1400s is around the Keepers and Isadora timeline. And the Crisis timeline as well. Bro. And what's her name is wearing a time turner. What's her name? I think I spelled it wrong. Happens to A. She does have a time, bro. Whatever. She does have a time turner. She has a time. Wait, images. I know, man. I might have a picture. Hold on. I might have a picture. She wears a time turner. She wears a time turner. Or something that looks like a time turner. I know I have a picture. Come on, James. It might be in another folder. Wait, hold on, chat. I'm trying to see if I have an image of Professor Neve from Hogwarts Legacy with her time turner necklace. I know I had one. Okay. All right. So this right here. That's not a clear view, though. That's not a clear view. I had a better one. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Pastor James. This is me streaming at the old place. Yeah. I feel like we've got this. Yeah. This is the reason she looks older than she does. Yeah. Heck it. Yeah. Because she tampered with time. But this necklace looks like a time turner. I'm back. Couldn't sleep. What did I miss? We went down a rabbit hole that I was not expecting. So, if 1899 is when they stopped doing experiments with time, because Eloise was trapped in the year 1402 for 5 days. 1402 is the 15th century, which is when the Keepers were residing, which is also the Keepers where one of them had a necklace that looks like a time turner. A time turner that Dumbledore has, that Dumbledore being the headmaster of Hogwarts, just like Neve was a headmaster of Hogwarts. And you can't say it doesn't look like a time turner, because why would you have this here to spin? This is the access for which this can spin. So why would you have anything you need to spin as a necklace? Unless it was a time turner. So technically, if we did flashbacks, for example, for the keepers, there could be flashbacks of LOEs hanging out or interacting with the keepers, possibly. I don't know. I gotta get out of this rabbit hole. Anyway, but yeah, my top 5 locations, rabbit holes, WB, Paramount merger, WB mentioning Hogwarts Legacy, sequel, the sequel to Hogwarts Legacy, all those things. It was good. Welcome back, sister. Bro, that rabbit hole, if they introduce, I'm just saying it right now, not Google me, pin this day, I'm just saying it right now, if there's any elements of time, whether it's time travel or looking back in time with pensives, they, being Avalanche Software, canonically can use that incident with LOEs with the keepers. They could do that. Because let's say if they go back, for example, and they don't want to, they being Avalanche Software or HarryPotter.com or whoever, don't want the founders or anybody to be touched. Maybe we just get a deeper history of Percival and the keepers overall. Percival being an Isidore right now, as we know it, being the only ones who started as a 5th year like ourselves. Maybe we get more memories with Percival and learn more about him. And maybe in those memories, we get some information about Eloise going back in their timeline and being trapped there for 5 days, which could be how Neve got the necklace of a time turner in the first place or something in some way, shape, or form. Like, I don't know. I gotta play with this now. Which would explain why Dumbledore knew so much about what was going on during Prisoner. Asked me, I was wondering if Dumbledore had a time turner as well. That's what I'm saying. Like, where did he get the time turner? Did he get it from Neve as they both were headmasters? Maybe playing with time could give us a glimpse of Miriam as a cute farewell to Fig. Bro, I love that idea as well. Oh, you can play it. Time travel, if done right, is a lot of fun as a narrative beat. Time travel, if done right, is a fun narrative beat, bro. Anyway, I've run over time. I did not realize how late it was. I think we've gone like 3 hours. Yeah, we were supposed to go normal too, but we got 3 hours, so we're still getting out at normal time. We normally finish at 6:30, but wow. Thank you guys. If you guys are just joining us or watching the replay squad, I'm going to make sure to try and add timestamps for you guys, because we covered a lot. Again, WB Discovery during their shareholders meeting or shareholders call, quarterly call mentions Hogwarts Legacy coming down the pipeline, their excitement for it in regards to money-making aspects, not because they're excited to send to the fans. They're excited to make money off of us fans. So we talked about that. We talked about the merger with Paramount and WB Discovery being pushed to March. Not the merger, the trial to get the merger, see if this merger is on the up and up, has been delayed to March 2027, and starting in September, Paramount has to pay WB Discovery $7 million a day until the trial starts in March. And then we talked about top 5 locations, my perfect list. My list is perfect, so you can argue with me in chat in comment section below, but my list is perfect. My top 5 list. And then I went down a rabbit hole of St. Mungo's thanks to Mech, and it led me to the time turners, going back in time, 1400s, the keepers, all those things. So a normal Wizarding Wednesday, but on a Saturday per se. So yeah. You just got back at the end. You're supposed to be asleep. There was a lot. Just rewind it. Just rewind it. Just rewind it. Is a door in the future? Am I famous? No. Exactly. Oh my gosh. What happens if Sebastian got his hand? I gotta stop. I'm gonna keep thinking and theorizing. What happens if Sebastian got his hands on a time turner? Oh my gosh. I gotta stop. I gotta stop with the theories. Anyway. Anywho, thank you guys so much for hanging out. This is our first of 4 confirmed 4 Saturday Wizarding Wednesday streams happening for the month of August, thanks to my schedule as football coach, coaching 2 teams, head coach of the middle school team and assistant coach of the varsity team. And yeah, it's been crazy, but yeah. Write them down, James. Yeah, I gotta write that down. Sebastian getting a handhold of time turner. Yeah, I'll write it down. I gotta write it down. There's too much happening in here. Theory crafting is back. I just wrote it down. I wrote it down. What would that do? There's so many implications. Bro, he could write himself out of existence. Okay, anyway. So we'll be back next Saturday, not this Wednesday. We'll be back next Saturday. Trying to keep the 3:30, 4 o'clock time window that you guys are familiar with on Wednesdays. We'll have that on Saturdays. And as we think of a name, I've written down all the names from Discord and suggested in chat today. I got to make a poll. For you guys to pick, and then we'll do, because it's about 8 or 9 right now. And then you guys will vote down, and hopefully by Saturday we'll have a lock-in on a hashtag whatever Saturday stream on XpectoGO for you guys. So yeah, that Sebastian thing's throwing me off, especially the Azkaban thing with Isadora. Could time travel? Anyway, you guys have an amazing weekend, because I'm going to keep thinking about this. You guys have an amazing weekend. Spread Lumos around you in your area of influence, because you never know who needs it. And if you need it, hopefully we were able to provide some today, these past 3 hours in some way, shape, or form for you guys, and with any of our content. Yeah. Make sure you're not alone. Make sure you hang out with some peeps. This life is not meant to be lived alone. So find some like-minded peeps, awesome peeps to hang around, whether in Discord, link in the description below, or online, playing video games and stuff, or in real life, touching some grass. Go connect with somebody. You never know. It's good for the soul. Good for the bones. But we love you guys, man. I really do. And yeah, man, nothing but the best for you guys. Looking forward to talking more Hogwarts Legacy 2 and Harry Potter news in general as we approach back to Hogwarts Day. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Ryan Little.